Good day, everybody, it's Max, and this is Drive Beyond Horizons, you betcha. And on this episode, we've driven 500 kilometers, and I've driven another 500 to go. We're going to reach 1,000 kilometers in this episode. And I'll probably bring this back from time to time, just because, I don't know. Sometimes I just like playing for half an hour for mindlessness. I don't know what it is. I can't answer it yet, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, yeah, we're gonna hit 1,000 kilometers, and I'm gonna talk about a few things while we do, and we do these last few kilometers to hit it. And some of the tricks I've learned along the way, right, which I kind of wish I'd figured out a little earlier. It might have made my life a little easier. But the things you learn, right? It's the things you learn. Before we get started, big thanks to those that have watched this series and, may continue watching it when I come up with the odd occasional episode after this one. I really appreciate it. I really needed a mindless game to just waste time with, and this was it. This is what I did. It has a lot of issues. We'll talk about those. It has quirks. We'll talk about those. So you know what? Big thanks to everybody watching. Let's get into the game, because I for some reason I still enjoy driving this game. Let's get to it. Okay, people, we are back in action, and of course we are at 973 of them kilometers. Look at that. I took away the border. Boom. There it is, baby. 973. 27 kilometers to go before we hit the big 1,000. And so I thought I would drag you along for this last kilometers. So let's get the truck started. And so we'll jump in here. And we'll get this thing revved up. Oh, yeah, there we go, baby. Yes, you know what we have? That's right. We have the proper engine finally in this truck. The big V8 diesel is running in there, and it's all humming along perfectly. I finally found a battery after 700 kilometers. Oh, people, it was so long. It was so long. Let me tell you. That does not have a tire on it. And that does not have a tire on it. Please tell me the tires are in there. Yes, okay. That's fine. And the tire's on this side, right? Yes, it is. All right. We's good. We's good. All right. But the truck now does have its proper battery. The 180-volt battery with the big diesel engine in it, all the things. I got this deck broke pretty hard. It's got all the correct pedals, stick shift. It's got the seats. It's got even the roof cap, steering wheel, the speedometer. 40. What is that? 45, 46 out of 51. The only thing it's really missing is a proper bumper. The taillights, one of the taillights isn't correct. It needs a proper back bumper. The proper front bumpers, it's even got the front grille. I know it's hard to see all that in the nighttime, but we'll live with it, people. We'll live with it. Let's hope that we've got things good enough that we can drag this. Oh, you got the handbrake on there, big guy. Let's hope we can drag this thing down the road. I don't think you actually got in the car to release the brake on that. So can we fix that really fast? Sure we can. Do that. Yeah, you're gonna drag these tires all the way down the road, dude. That isn't gonna work. Please tell me I took that battery out. I don't think you did. Gosh darn it. So I don't know why, but towing your car drains the battery in it. Not sure why, and I've wasted so many car batteries. But anyway, nevertheless, we'll make do with what we got. I try to remember to take the batteries out, but I did take the car for a short drive there about 100 kilometers ago. Nothing too far, of course, because heaven forbid we lose all the things. But in doing so, you better slow down this hill, dude. So what has changed in the last 500 kilometers? Let's talk about that first. So we actually ended the last episode at 600 kilometers. And since then, I mean, the terrain has gotten crazy. I mean, crazy, crazy. The hills and the valleys, like we're going downhill here, and I am having to control this truck the best I can to make sure we don't wipe out. You go up some crazy hills now. I mean, there's been some real tough times. So that's kind of important. Like from kilometer 600 on, I mean, we go up some crazy up and down hills. That has made things very, very challenging and very glitchy. I mean, very glitchy. So I remember one of the first big hills I came to. I had the truck, but it was running the V8. It was running the V8 engine then, and not very well. Remember, I don't think I had reverse at that time. The truck could not pull the car up the hill. It just couldn't do it. The engine just would not do it, and I had to actually unhook the car, drive the truck up, and then rehook them back up. Now, later on, I finally found out why I had no reverse, and that's because it was missing the stick shift in this truck, which I came across a little later. And once I put the stick shift in and had multiple gears, I also had reverse gear. So that's one of them things. If you don't have reverse, or if it seems like your vehicle only has like one gear, or it doesn't seem to go very fast, well, that's because you're missing the stick shift in it. And so you don't actually have a working transmission. You barely have a working car, and that's just how that works. So that's a lesson I learned. Of course, another lesson, of course, is the draining of fluids. I could have had a truck so much sooner, and I really should have had that truck way back at the 225 mark. Or way before that. I think there was another truck that had the battery and everything, and it was just missing the engine. I could have converted that one into a gasoline engine had I realized I could drain fluids out and using the scroll wheel and an empty container. You can drain gas tanks, put whatever engines you want in whatever cars you want. Of course, that's a big thing I wish I'd learned, because I mean, it was 700 kilometers. 700 kilometers to find the battery for this diesel engine, and that was a long time, people. Let me tell you, that was painful. That was a painful 700 kilometers. Yes, I mean, and here's one of them crazy hills that we're dealing with. If I turn the camera around, you'll see that. Like, we're climbing the hills of destiny now, right? Like, higher than the mountains themselves. Like, I mean, we're going higher than the radio towers. And I'll tell you right now, if you let your finger off the gas, like if you thought, oh, I'll just stop there for a second. No. Watch as you lose all your stuff and the vehicles crash through the planet and collapse and everything. You don't dare stop on these hills. No. That's like the worst thing you could do. So that's a hint for you. But as you can see, like, there's the radio tower back there. We're like way above that. We're like literally in the clouds on these hills and valleys now. It's just crazy. Yes, the back wheels are turning on the car. That's good. So I apologize here. I know the sound's a little loud here, but I can't take my finger off of this keyboard to fix it until I get to the top of this hill, and then I will try to fix that. That's my thing. Oh, outhouses, by the way, they have a special gift. You can put an object through the outhouse, and it will duplicate. That's how I made all the headlights for the car, by the way. I found one, and then as I came across an outhouse, I would drop the headlight through the through the toilet bowl hole, and then it would actually duplicate it. And then I had enough to until I got enough to make 4 headlights. That's how that plays out. So what else have I learned? Let's see. Well, I mean, I've learned all kinds of really quirky things as time gone on, and of course I got sidetracked. But more of it will come back to me, people. I mean, as we go up and down these crazy hills, these crazy hills, and of course you got to be careful because it just takes one glitching and we're done. Yeah, I do wish I know about the truck and about the switching of engines, all that stuff. Yeah, the fluid dynamics that would have come in handy a lot sooner. Besides that, really, it's just about trial and error on some things. I mean, the game is really flexible with you when it comes to. The game tends to be really flexible when it comes to parts. Like, it doesn't care that you try to shove trailer wheels on a Trans Am. It's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll drive it, or I'll try and drive it, right? Or I'll try and move it. If that's what you want to do, buddy, that's what we'll do it. But at the same time, you do want to, obviously, one of the goals is to try and find parts. So yeah, there's been a few tricks I've learned along the way, and between being able to drain gas tanks, the mixing of parts, the duplication trick with the outhouses along the side of the road. First thing I would do is if I was to start playing the game, first thing I would do is I would get a trailer, right? Have a couple extra wheels or whatever, and when you could get a trailer as soon as possible, get one, right? I would also obtain a roof rack. Roof racks can go on anything as well. You'll notice I have the big big light bar on top of the truck, but you can put a roof rack on there. And of course, I believe at one point in time you might have seen me having a roof rack on the Trans Am. I would get a roof rack and a trailer, and just start collecting the parts. I mean, once you get the basic car, your first car up and running, you could just collect the parts you want until you can almost build the car that you think you want. Is the way I would do it now, right? Now, I mean, we got fairly lucky with the Trans Am. We hit that those two Trans Ams, those two junk Trans Ams in that big garage fairly early on, and we were able to build a pretty nice car, even though it wasn't the right V8 engine for it. We did get lucky with a lot of the other parts, and we made it good enough to drive. And yeah, I mean, it's turned out to be, an awesome car, which makes me very happy. The truck, I mean, is even more together than the car. Like I said, it's only missing a few parts now, like a few lights and a few tail lights and rear bumper. But I mean, it's got all the doors. It's got the mirrors. I think it's got both the mirrors. Do I got the mirror on this side? Yeah, I even got the mirrors on there now. As you can see there, I got the the roof caps. I've got just about everything on this truck, and it makes me pretty happy. I mean, it's got the front grille with the front bumper, the proper headlights, the proper signal lights. I must admit, the truck makes me pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the truck. And it makes me even happier to finally have the engine that it deserves running it, because that, of course, is important. Another thing I guess I've learned about the game is towing in general. I do wish I'd learned about towing so much earlier. Because then, of course, like I said, one of the very first things I would do is I would find a trailer, or even if you couldn't find a trailer right away, like a second junk Lada, or Dada as they call them in the game. I would get a second junk car and just tow it and use it as a trailer until you could get a trailer, right? And then once you got a trailer, then of course just dump your junk car and you're good to go. But yeah, like towing. Towing is a big thing. You know, and so that is something I wish I had learned early on in the game, right? That you know, how to change fluids around, towing, you know, all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the lessons I've learned. A little duplication, a little bit of fluid dynamics, a little bit of towing. Oh, please don't glitch out. Oh, easy, easy, easy. I mean, these hills are up and down pretty crazy, right? I mean, now we're going downhill at like 40 degrees. Like, it's like, I mean, if I take my finger off the keyboard, this thing just runs away within like 2 seconds. Like, I mean, I gotta constantly tap the S key downward just so this thing doesn't run away on me and glitch through the ground, right? Or hit one of them crazy speed bumps. I would love to go around those speed bumps, but every time I do, the cars glitch out and then crash the game. Well, they don't. The game doesn't crash, but all the cars crash, and then I lose them all. So that's why I have to drive over them. Trust me, I'm not I'm not happy about driving over them either. Okay, so I guess that's all the things I wish I learned about the game, as we're almost approaching 985. What would I? Well, I mean, we can talk about bugs all day. The game is buggy as all heck. I mean, it's got so many bugs. I mean, the big ones, of course, are the towing collision type stuff. Towing cars, of course, then, you know, like the car swings out from. Now I can understand, you know, you're driving crazy, you lose control, the car either lets go or whatever. But I mean, the glitching, crashing, and all that stuff is actually, we should probably stop here for a second. Pick up a quick drink. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll be right back. Just hold on a second. Let's do this, and we'll do this. Take that and throw this. We'll take Mr. Chair. We'll put him up here. I got these stations down. Oh, what? We're only going to get one drink out of this? Not two? Oh, man, did we ever get ripped off in this one? There's usually 2 drinks and then 2 cans of food here. Well, we got the 2 cans of food, but we only got the 1 drink. That stinks. Oh, it looks like we're going to get a second drink out here instead, though. I'll take that. Glub, glub, glub. So, I have, in my 1,000 kilometers, before we talk, we'll get back on the road and we'll talk about bugs there. But in my 1,000 kilometers, I have hit jackpot 3 times. And on those 3 times, I've gotten 2 Steam items. I don't know what they are. I haven't figured that part out yet to go see what they are. But yeah, we've gotten a couple of Steam items. I think I hit a set of bells once and a set of cactus once. I did get 3 drink ones once. And I believe I did mention that a couple videos ago. And that one just makes you drunk for 3 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I could have done without that one. But anyway, nevertheless, the slot machines, entertaining, right? I'll go with that. And since we're talking about that kind of entertainment, the back room. The back room was kind of a, well, how would I put it? I like the concept of these mini events, right? Because it's a nice distraction from just driving up the road into forever and ever or whatever, right? And that's cool. I mean, I have no problem with that at all. That being said, I wish the maps were static, right? I got no problem with the big maps. Yes, once you actually learn how to play the game with the monster, I got no problem with that. But the random maps generation every single time, and yes, there is some parts that actually are static, but there's random generation parts of it too, and that made it very, very hard to put together a car and then not being able to save in there or anything like that. That made that challenge very, very difficult. Most people work like jobs, real life, the whole 9 yards, and don't have 4 or 5 hours to be running around in a non-saving environment to get an achievement like that. That's just not practical, right? And so I loved the back room and its concept, and heck, I thought it was funny, the stupid monster, the whole 9 yards. But the execution of it was not great, and the random map, no. If have it the same every time you go in, or change the map once a week if it's like a 3-week event or something like that. That way, people have an opportunity to at least, okay, I try it 2-3 times, but I'm getting to learn the map. I'm getting to learn the layout. Another problem in there is the generation of items. In that 5-hour stint I did, so many times it was because some things just did not generate, like pedals. I couldn't believe, like one time the problem was I just didn't get enough pedals. Another time, no wheels. None. Just never did find wheels for the car. Another one was engines. I only ever found one engine. It had like 0.3 oil in it, and the car lasted for like 3 minutes, and I never did get to finish it. So there's lots of issues like that. Map generation is a big issue, but I'll wrap that up with that, saying that on that special event is the randomness of the map and the generation of the items really needs to be looked at. You got to make sure all the items are obviously available for the car, and you shouldn't have to run around for little hours trying to make it happen, right? Because that then just drains all the fun out of it. Now, that being said, we should talk about generation in the world in general. 700 kilometers to find a battery for this truck is silly stupid, okay? Now, I realize I may have missed a battery somewhere, okay? Because I did not stop at every gas station all the time. In fact, after a while, I just stopped stopping at gas stations unless I seen a truck body. Because after, I think it was like 300-400 kilometers, it was like at stopping at so many stops, it was getting to a point where it was like, okay, I'm not finding a battery laying on the ground. So the only way I'm going to find a battery is if I find one in a truck, which is what happened. Around 953 kilometers, I think it was, is when I found the battery for the truck. So, you got to kind of... generation in general... now, I'm not saying you want, a battery every 2 miles and, all the things, and I'm trying to get this truck to slow down so as we don't go off the road here, coming down this big, crazy hill. But that being said, I do think generation of parts overall needs a rework, right? Second, description. I mean, description is definitely got to be a thing. You got to know what the part is, and what vehicle it's for, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that you can take any pedal from any car and shove it into any other car to at least get it to work. I am fine with this. I love that, right? That being said, if you're trying to be this is a really weird, a purist, right? Like, let's say I want to build the perfect car, and temporarily you've got to throw a bunch of junk pedals into it, or throw junk headlights into it or whatever. But you're on the lookout for the right stuff, and I mean, you come across a lot of junk, right? And so labels have got to be added to these parts to say, like the trans or the DACA or whatever, DACA pedal, right? Whatever car it goes to is the thing. Because then, of course, what are you going to do? You're going to collect the parts you want, right? Put them in your trailer, right? Collect the parts you want. And then, look at this. Look at the next hill coming up. Look at this. Well, let's just go right up the side of this mountain, okay? I mean, we just came down from that mountain back there. Let's go up the side of this mountain up here. Sure, he says. How you doing for food and stuff, buddy? You're actually doing okay. We're actually looking pretty good here. Nothing exciting in there. A couple broken cars. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the parts, you got to be able to know what the parts are for, right? It's the only way you'll ever have any amount of time to to spend trying to put some cars together. Okay. So labeling is, I think, something that's got to come up in the game. I mean, putting aside all the glitching stuff, right? I mean, the world fall through crashing, the towing crashing, the random crashing, right? I've had the game crash on me on 4 occasions, where the game just crashes, right? And I get some fatal error on the screen from Unreal Engine and blah, blah, blah. That's fine, whatever, right? I mean, I don't really care too much. The game saves like every 2-3 kilometers, so it's not like you lose a lot. But in any case, you do have to be a little careful. Multi-cars. Now, I don't know how you would do this, right? But if I'm going to spend a lot of time putting cars together, I want to be able to drive them, right? So if I mean, yes, it's great that I can tow it and that I can bring it along, but if I want to take the car and go for a drive for 40 kilometers and then come back for my truck, I should be able to do that. And right now, I can't, right? You drive more than a kilometer or 2 away from the vehicles you've got, then, you're in trouble, right? You'll lose it. In fact, if I unhook this car and I save the game and I get out and reload the game, I lose the car because my last active vehicle was the truck. And as far as it's concerned, the car does not need to exist anymore. The only way the car can keep existing is if it is being towed by the truck when I save and quit the game. That is very important. And I realize I'm a little late on giving that piece of advice. But look at this. We're going to go down this mountain, up that next mountain. Yep, because that's a thing. We are at 993 as I'm trying to I'm trying not to crash this truck. But yeah, that's a thing. And obviously, now, I mean, it's an infinitive mode driving simulator, so, I guess they're not expecting you to turn around or do whatever. But at the same time, if I want to park my truck and take the car for a drive for 20 kilometers, go rip up the road, right? I mean, that's kind of a thing, right? I mean, what's the whole point if I can't do that, Otherwise, you just do what you got to do. Whoa, here comes one of them speed bumps there, big guy. Yeah, just slow it down. Slow it down. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, easy. Okay, we got it saved. Okay, so it's all important, people. It's all important. So, that's where I am. Yes, the game's glitchy. That's for sure. And it's got several crashing options that it loves to just, you just want to shake your fist and throw your monitor away. But I don't know what it is. I do enjoy just driving in this game. And every once in a while, stopping and rummaging through garbage to see if I can't find more parts. And, that's cool. But, it is what it is. As we're getting a couple of garages here now. Isn't that nice? As we are now coming up on almost just 4 kilometers to go for 1,000 kilometers. I wonder if I'll get like an achievement. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're about to find out. As we're cruising along here pretty good at the moment. But we do have this next mountain to climb. And I see this one's going to be very, very evil. It's got an S bend right on the mountain. That's nasty. That is really nasty. I needed a mindless game. And that's one thing about ATS, for example, and ETS 2. I can just drive, right? Like an ATS, I've been to a lot of places where I can drive an ATS. I've said many times where my father was a truck driver for nearly 60 years, a long-distance truck driver. And I have seen much of the world because of him. We were not a rich family. We were, we were mediocre, poor at best. And it wasn't until later in life that, my parents were doing fairly well in life. And in any case, for much of my childhood, I got to see a lot of North America behind the wheel of a truck. Whereas, back in that day, basically only the rich and the upper class, who flew around on planes or whatever, got to go on big trips like that. For me, here I am. I'm a kid that literally, was eating just peanut butter sandwiches every day because that's all we could get. And that was a bad noise. What does that mean? Do we want to get out and look? Well, we can. We're only 2 kilometers away from the finish. We should check fluids here for a minute. I was very fortunate for that, and I still am to this day. Anyway, let's check some fluids out here. Oh yeah, look at that. That's actually got a lot of fluid in it. Oh, the engine's good. I thought usually when you get a bang like that, it usually means like something's running low. Are we going to be able to get the gas cap? Okay, we'll get 112 liters of fuel. How's the car doing? I know the battery's dead. Engine's good. Yep, all good. Battery is crap, right? I don't know why it does this, but we're going to leave that battery there. I think this is the battery for the car, and I keep that one up there just because it's my special battery. All right, well, we'll just keep going. All right, we're on our last 2 kilometers here. So, ETS 2, this game, they satisfy a need, an itch in my mind of traveling the open road from a healthier time when I, didn't have terrible IBS and, needed to know where every washroom was within like a 1,000-mile radius and all that stuff. I greatly enjoyed all that stuff. I'll have them memories forever. And not to say as I can't travel. I can't travel very far at the moment. I still do a little travel. That's for sure. And we do what we got to do. We get along when we get along. As it appears like we got some background glitching going on there with the scenery. As we're coming up on 999. All right, there we go. There it is, 999. 1 kilometer go before the big 1,000. And as much as the game has lots of glitching in it, it scratches an itch. What that itch is, I can't explain to people, but it does. It soothes me. As much as I curse every time the game crashes out, at the same time, I you know, it gives me a little bit of a sneaky peeky pleasure to do something. All right, 96, 97, 98, 99, 1,000 of them kilometers, people. You betcha. Let's get out. We'll take a quick picture of this grand achievement. There you go. 1,000 of them kilometers. We should actually put a tire back on the car for this picture, because this is a picturesque moment. There we go. We'll put the tire back on there. All right, and right about there somewhere. Sure, I think that looks really good for the thumbnail as the 1,000 kilometer special. All right, people. Open road ahead. There is a current glitch in the game where your clothes don't show up. I am clothed, but they're not showing up. So if you try to change clothes, you can get the animation to change clothes, but the clothes aren't showing up on you, so we'll just ignore that. And like I said, glitches, there's different glitches all the time in this game. There's like every day there seems to be a new glitch of some type. I don't know. They fix a thing, they break a thing. Anyway, it is what it is. Did you want to take that tire off of that wheel? Yeah, I think I will. Again, if you treat the car like a trailer, it works better for towing overall. I find. Just as another free hint. Of course, I keep the tires around, but at the same time, I do keep them off the vehicles. Makes it easier for towing. The front wheels will tend to play a lot more havoc with you if you do keep them on. The other thing I tend not to do is close the door. Slows me down from jumping in and out of the car all the time, so I don't bother. As we head on out past 1,000 of them kilometers, so we drive on, people. We drive on, and I guess we're gonna see, and the first thing you come to is a speed bump. Well, of course we do, because that's a thing. There we go. We drive on, I guess. Do I keep the truck? Yes, I'm keeping it for now, especially since I've got so much work put into it. It is almost done. It's closer to being done than the car, which is a little sad in a way, but it is what it is. And not to say the car is too far behind. It's only missing, I think 10 parts. What those 10 parts are, I have no idea. But it says it's missing 10, so sure, whatever. But, the truck is just as about as complete as well. So, I really hate to, no. Now, I really do wish you could find out what parts are missing. Game developers. No one ever watches, no one of that importance watches me. But, if anybody ever does see this video that develops this game, knowing what parts on each vehicle are required would be nice, or a way to see what parts are still needed on the vehicle would be nice, right? So as, you weren't guessing your whole life away looking at junk parts on the ground without knowing what parts I need to concentrate on, right? Just saying. Anyway, 2 kilometers in already as we're heading up my next big, gargantuous hill of all things. What can I tell you? Oh, there's one thing I want to try. Oh, I've done it now. Rule 1, never stop on these massive hills, Max. Anyway, we'll get to the top of the hill, and then I'm going to try something out to wrap this one up. Now, like I said, I may bring this back on the odd occasion, maybe for like milestones, or, let's say they come out with an update, and I decide I'm going to play the update, and we're going to do stuff and things. That's groovy, right? No problem. We'll play the game, we'll do the stuff, whatever it is. But yeah, unless it's something like really big going on, or they come out with like the mega fix of all fixes. I'm, this will just be one of them odd occasional games that I throw an update onto and say, hey, look at that. Here's me driving beyond the horizons again. They've come out with a this thing, and we're going to try it out. And that's what we do. Yeah. Look at the size of this hill. This hill's crazy. Come on, get up here already. I want to try something before we end the episode. Holy smokes! Like the longest hill forever. Yeah, like there's nothing at that stop. Yeah. All right, there you go. There you go. Now, I don't know if I can make this thing work or not. I mean, it took me forever just to get it up there. So, anyway. Okay. Well, I don't want to detach it. Activate. Okay. Now, I don't know if that does anything, to be honest. That's why I'm turning it on. Okay, it's just... I thought it would have its own light show. I was kind of hoping it would, but it appears not. I'm not going to get that lucky. Maybe if I had it like in front of the lights or something like that. But I don't think I'm going to get that lucky to have something of that nature. Look at the downhill slope on this. Gee whiz game. The things I've had to be putting up with. Oh, I've accidentally hit the E key, which of course is because of my bad left hand. And of course now it thinks the signal light is on. Well, that's fine for now. Yeah, like one of the bugs, of course, is I can't take the truck and the car into any of the lots. One, it usually crashes the vehicles, and if it doesn't crash the vehicles, well, then I usually lose one of the vehicles on reload. So that's a bug of multiple magnitudes. It is what it is, but anyway, a little sad about that. Okay, weren't you supposed to like put up the banner and things there, Max? Yes, but I mean, we're getting down off of this crazy hill now, and I'll figure it out afterwards. Here, turn that signal light off. All right, there you go. Now, you're risking it here big time, buddy. I'll tell you right now, letting the truck just coast down off of this hill like this, yeah, you and I both know that this is just bad news. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can't brake that hard afterwards. You know that. Not without the car losing its mind. Of course, I am going to turn Mr. Disco Ball off because he actually uses battery power. And, of course, we're driving at night with lights on already. So, with that, shut the door there for a sec, Max. There we go. Look at that. We'll do this. I'll push that. I'm Max. This has been Drive Beyond Horizons. And, you know what? I say we take the car out for a quick spin to end this off. We'll throw the tires on. I'll unhook it from the truck, and we'll take it for a little whip around. Because this is really where it all kind of began anyway. And, of course, I got to put a new battery in it because this battery is junk. Yup. So you got to take that battery out. You got to put this battery in. Okay, and right there. Okay, we'll unhook it from the truck. Yep, get in, hit this, do this. Truck isn't going anywhere. It's got lots of gas. Right? It's fine. All right, people. Oh, easy now. Easy now, big dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Woo-wee, baby. You betcha. I'm Max. This has been Drive Beyond Horizons. And, oh, yeah. Feel the power between your legs. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. All right, let's turn the car around because I don't want my truck to despawn. Now, I mean, obviously, I could just reload the game from a couple kilometers ago, and I'm sure we'd be fine. But it's always good to have the car. Oh, the cows are going to play out in the middle of the road now. Oh, easy now, easy. Yep, there's my truck. There it is. Yes, vroom. Oh yeah, look at the power in this thing, baby. Oh yeah, feel it. Oh, gee, it's great stuff. And see, this is what I want to do on the odd occasion. Sometimes I just want to take the car out and drive it for like 25, 30 kilometers, check a few places out, then come back to the truck, hook it up, and drive some more, right? And unfortunately, you can't go very far at the moment. Otherwise, you lose everything. We don't like losing stuff. I've worked too hard. I've worked way too hard to lose stuff. And that's bad, right? There we go. So, turn the lights off. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. Out the window. And pull the engine to turn it off. And yes, I did find out how to turn it off, but you can't. The only way you can do it is reach through this window to get the keyhole, because it's really weird. Anyway, detach that battery because that's my good battery, and we'll put this Mr. Junk battery in just because it's the junk. And yep, there you go, one junk battery. Okay, we better take the tires back off. Let's put it on tow mode first. Tow mode, towing. There we go. Now we can take the tires off. There's one. And there we go. Shut the door. Nope. Don't fight with me, boy. Okay. And take the tire off. Lay it down. Okay, you're going to fight with me. Whatever. Okay, that will do. And done. With that, people, that's how it's done. We're going to drive on. Drive on, player. Drive on. Yeah, we're going to drive on up the road and for some more kilometers. So, thanks everybody for watching this series. Like I said, I'll bring it back on the odd occasion, special events, that kind of stuff, just for a little funsies, because that's the way it's done. And of course, big thanks to those who subscribe, viewerships, all the things. With that, I guess I'm out on this one until we see an update and all the things, or I do something crazy. With that, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.